Who you think you playing with? I won't show my hand, bitch. Niggas hate mad, envy me. I was down bad, bitch, broke my heart and let me.
Hey man, say man, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Quizzo, aka Quiz the Plug, man. I'm back in another banger, man. Today we got some more Michael Jordan. We got 5 times Michael Jordan sought revenge. Jeez, we already know this video's gonna get crazy, bro. Y'all know Jordan was a crazy competitor, so if he's seeking revenge, I mean, they must have did something that really made bro mad. So before we get into it, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Follow my social in the description down below. I mean, without further ado, let's get into this banger.
Oh, you okay?
Hold on, this might get me. Hold on, we gotta skip this little part.
Off or provoke him in any way. Revenge. It leaves you with a satisfying feeling like you're on top of the world, and Michael Jordan certainly has had his fair share of that experience. When you tick him off or provoke him in any way, he turns psychotic. Once you poke the bear, it's too late. You better believe he's going after you.
You motherfuckers will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I get finished with you. I'm the man up in this piece. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
So sit back and relax as we go through some of the best Michael Jordan revenge stories.
Let's see.
Contrary to popular belief, Jordan does have the ability to get along with his opponents. He didn't feel like being intense all the time. Playing golf was his go-to off-the-court activity and didn't mind if a player wanted to tag along. But that hospitality wasn't fooling Jeff Van Gundy. Van Gundy said that MJ would befriend his opponents, making them think that he's a nice guy, just to gain a competitive advantage.
Nah, Jordan different, bro. So basically, he was making friends with them off the court. So when they get on the court, they let their guard down and think Jordan ain't gonna kill me because like we close, we friends. And then Jordan come out and give him 50. Jordan different.
To befriend them, to soften them up, make them feel like he cares about them, and then he goes out there and physically tries to destroy them.
And if Van Gundy thought that he could get away with that without any consequences, he was wrong. He made those comments the day before his New York Knicks were about to play the Chicago Bulls, and the next morning, his quotes were all over the Chicago newspaper, and that's when Jordan saw what he said, and that only gave him extra motivation to go out there and destroy.
Man, like you basically just gave out Jordan's strategy. Now he gotta kill y'all. Like y'all just gave out his sauce, his secret sauce, bro. That's bro his little
and that
trick.
Only gave him extra motivation to go out there and destroy. It was January 21st, 1997, Knicks visiting Chicago. Once the ball was thrown up in the air, it was time for some sweet revenge. Michael had a personal vendetta for Van Gundy.
Shot less than 40%. Jordan gets his first of the night.
I think he felt he got pushed a little bit.
Michael Jordan with the assist, and then he glanced over at the New York bench at Jeff Van Gundy. Fourth quarter.
Disrespectful.
10 to go. Jordan in the post.
That shimmy beautiful.
Jordan joined with Jeff Van Gundy.
Jordan was cursing at Jeff Van Gundy during the entire game.
Jordan with 49.
What I say? 50.
Jordan now has
50.
51. And he is screaming at Jeff Van Gundy.
MJ ended the game with 51 points, doing exactly what he planned to do. He was unstoppable, but he wasn't done yet. It was said that immediately after the game, he ran to find Jeff Van Gundy once again and continued to curse him out in the tunnel. Then, Van Gundy tried to backtrack what he said during a post-game interview.
What's that now? I
Can
couldn't
you
hear you.
regret saying some of the things about the course of the week about Michael
It like bro just got finished crying after that ill.
Interview.
What's that now? I
Can
couldn't
you
hear you.
regret saying some of the things about the course of the week about Michael Jordan?
I didn't say anything this week about it.
What did you say to him after that last basket?
Some choice words.
Can you give us a clean version?
Now,
Nigga
you
said,
would
nah.
think that George Karl would learn from Van Gundy's mistake, considering this matchup was only 1 week after that Knicks game.
A week after?
Nick coach Jeff Van Gundy, in effect, called Michael Jordan a con man. He reacted with a 51-point game. Well, this week, as you've seen in the pregame, George Karl said Michael Jordan was playing as if he didn't want to get hurt. I asked Michael about that, and he said George Karl is just playing mind games.
As you just heard right there, earlier that week, as George Karl's Supersonics were getting ready to face the Bulls, he said that Michael Jordan basically became a jump shooter in order to avoid getting hurt while driving to the hoop. And he went on to say that Jordan changed his game because he could no longer fly to the basket for dunks, and that he was holding back in order to protect himself in the later stages of his career.
Yes, he just tried to call my boy soft. Yeah, Jordan finna go crazy. He probably gave him 60.
The air has gone out of Jordan's game, and Michael did not hesitate to quickly respond. Quote, "I'm not scared to go anywhere on the court. When teams give me the jump shot, I'll take it. If they take away the lanes, I'll go for the jump shot." And Ron Harper had some advice for Karl. "If I was Coach Karl, I'd be quiet. To say anything about Michael's game is ridiculous." Even though Michael did get his point across verbally, you know he wasn't finished with George Karl yet. It was February 1st, 1997, about 8 months after the Bulls defeated Seattle in the 96 finals, and right out of the gate, instead of falling for the trap and driving to the basket like Coach Karl wanted, Jordan did the exact thing Karl was talking about: shoot multiple jump shots.
Damn.
MJ was on fire, even shooting a half-court shot right in front of George Karl.
Across the midcourt line.
Bro, Jordan was different, bro. He did that right in front of his face. Like, come on, bro.
Such an amazing distance. I think George Karl would have rather seen him.
Look at George Karl's face. He like,
Take that jump shot.
Jordan continued to dominate with his jump shot all night long, making Coach Karl feel stupid for ever opening his mouth.
Karl had made the comments that Michael Jordan may be becoming too much of a jump shooter. Well, here's a jump shot and a little hesitation move over her.
Straight contested.
Just a little look over towards the bench and backing up to say, there's your jump shot.
Eventually, it was getting ridiculous. Jordan could not be stopped, as he ultimately ended the game with 45 points.
Michael.
God.
Now, the statements by George Karl saying that you're playing, trying not to be hurt, was that motivation for you today?
You know, I think Karl, what he's saying is, more or less trying to get me to go to the hole. I'm going to shoot my jump shot. Defense will give me the jump shot. I'm going to take it. If they want to let me go to the hole, open up the lane. I go to the hole.
After the game, Ron Harper commented again, saying, "I'm surprised the coaches don't learn. Every time they say something about Michael, it hurts their team."
Facts. Why they want to
Well,
lose?
this next coach, John Calipari, actually did learn to keep quiet. He saw what happened to the last two coaches and wanted none of that. We all are aware that MJ and the 98 Bulls were determined to complete their second three-peat, and their first opponent in the 98 playoffs were the New Jersey Nets, with John Calipari as their head coach. The first
I did not know he was an NBA coach. I thought he was just strictly a Kentucky coach for. Oh, I know he coached Memphis or whatever, I think. But I thought bro was strictly a college coach. That's crazy. I did not know bro was an NBA coach at first. Why did he go down instead of what? That's weird. He backtracked. I mean, look at the money he getting, but still.
Two games of the series were close, but Chicago found a way to get both victories, and they only needed to win one more game to sweep the Nets. Since this was back when the first round was the best of 5, New Jersey went into Game 3 believing that they had a great chance to win this one, considering they were so close to winning the other 2 games. But when you're facing a man that literally makes up scenarios in his head in order to just find anything that will fuel him, you're probably in trouble.
Facts.
You see, Coach Calipari didn't necessarily do anything wrong in this particular instance. He didn't say a single word to or about Jordan, but he didn't have to. It was just the way he coached that rubbed Jordan the wrong way. Michael said he found it very annoying that John Calipari was always screaming towards his players at the top of his lungs, running up and down the court. He thought he was overdoing it with his sideline antics, and said that he doesn't know how the Nets players deal with him. Well, it looked like Jordan found his reason.
Look how Jordan's staring at bro. He
How
like,
the
shut
Nets
up.
players deal with him.
Look
Well,
at him,
it
he like, bro, shut up, bro. What are you talking about?
looked like Jordan found his reason to go ahead and torch them. He went with
he's
it
staring,
and
bro,
never
down.
looked back.
And here's Jordan left open for the three, and he's got it. Michael Jordan. He has been a potent weapon for the Bulls against the Nets this year. Jordan working against
Oh
Kittle.
my god. Oh my
Kittle's
god.
in the air, and Jordan
Look at the
hits
skill, like, bro.
this year.
That post, his
Jordan working
footwork, look at the pump
Kittle.
fake. Still, if you jump, you come
against
back up.
Kittle's in the
Green.
air, and Jordan hits.
Beautiful.
Michael J. 4 fouls. Jordan coming around a
Green
rapid
bean.
screen hits. Michael Jordan now with 36 points. He's hardly missed from the field.
Major striking distance here, and like we say, they play in peaks and valleys.
Off one leg. Oh my god.
Falling away toward the baseline.
Michael finished off the Nets with 38 points, and later, after the game, John Calipari said this about Jordan's death stare, quote, "I didn't stare back. There is one thing I would never do as a coach, say anything to Michael Jordan. Not one word. If he wants to stare at me, I'm not going to say anything to him.
Nah, Jordan was a menace, bro. There's no way you just
Not
staring
one
bro in his
word.
eye.
If he wants to stare at
He's
me,
scared to
I'm
talk
not
back.
going to say anything to him." Man, no matter what you do, you're never really safe. But this next player was literally asking for it. It was 1994, during Michael Jordan's baseball days. Brian Russell, who was a member of the Utah Jazz, was preparing to play Chicago
Oh, that's bro that Jordan pushed off on the last shot.
in an upcoming game. So the night before, he went to go work out, and that's when he saw Michael Jordan with his baseball trainer and thought it was the perfect opportunity to introduce himself. So he went up to MJ and said, "Why'd you quit? Why did you retire? I really wanted to get the chance to guard you and defend you because I know I can stop you."
Dumbass motherfucker.
And Jordan just laughed it off.
No way, bro. Bro said that to Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I see why Jordan pushed him. But nah, for real though, I see why Jordan gave him 40 cups.
And acted like he wasn't even bothered. But
Give me
we
your
all
ring.
know Michael made sure to remember what he said. Now fast
Bro, damn near, bro probably cost the Jazz a ring, bro. He done gave Jordan extra motivation for no reason.
But we all know Michael made sure to remember what he said. Now fast forward to 1996. Jordan was back in the league, and when he played Utah, he was well aware that Russell would be there. And right before the jump ball, he turned to Russell and said, "Remember back in 94? You're about to get your chance."
Oh my god.
Move by Whoa! Got a right, little left. What a show, and they love it here in Utah. Watch Michael's move. Watch this.
Frying. Ooh. Ooh. Jordan
Where'd he
fried
go?
that nigga. Oh, God.
Poor Brian Russell. That broke his ankles.
And
Poor
ever
Brian
since,
Russell.
Brian Russell had a huge bullseye on his back as MJ made an effort to go after him every single time they played each other. Now, fast forward again a couple years later, Jordan could practically taste his 6th championship, as he would get a chance to take the lead after stripping the ball from Malone. And would you look at that, Michael couldn't ask for a better guy to guard him. Russell
Push off.
claimed that Jordan obviously pushed off. But at the end of the day, there was nothing he can do about it. Many years later, at the tail end of MJ's Hall of Fame speech, he talked a little bit about Brian Russell and said this.
Believe me, I relished on that point, and from this day forward, if I ever see him in shorts, I'm coming at him.
And Russell took that as a challenge.
How's it going for you? Good. Just making sure I stay in somewhat shape. And getting ready to call out MJ. You and Michael on this court, you
Nah, my bro looked the exact same. Like, he did not change since he retired.
bottom 6, game 7, who wins? On this guy, whoop his ass. That's it. Hands down.
Brian Russell was an NBA star? I might do my research on bro. I thought bro was like a bench warmer or something.
Okay, last one. When MJ arrived on the scene, he was like nothing we've ever seen before. He had stardom written all over him and effortlessly made the All-Star team as a rookie. But what was supposed to be a special night for the young kid turned out to be ruined by what is now known as the infamous freeze-out. It's been said that allegedly Isaiah Thomas came up with a plan to not pass Jordan the ball on purpose and convinced all the other players to do the same, which seemed to have actually worked considering Jordan only scored 7 points for the whole night.
That's crazy.
Some people say that everyone was jealous by all the attention MJ was getting and they found him very arrogant. And others say it was because MJ was more beloved in the city of Chicago than Isaiah was, who is a Chicago native. Either
That's
way,
crazy.
they did not want Jordan to be the star of the All-Star game. And it looked like Jordan took it personal, because just 2 nights later, the Chicago Bulls' very first opponent after the All-Star break was the Detroit Pistons, and Michael absolutely went off, putting up 49 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists.
My God.
And from there on out, Michael played possessed whenever he faced Detroit, forming a rivalry. But Jordan and the Bulls kept coming up short in the playoffs. They just couldn't.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do with that squad, bro. Jordan team versus the Pistons team. There's nothing Jordan can do except give him 50.
But
That's all
Jordan
he
and
could
the
do.
Bulls kept coming up short in the playoffs. They just couldn't seem to get past the Pistons until finally, in 1991, they swept them, causing Isaiah and the rest of the team to walk off without shaking hands.
That's crazy.
And MJ took that as a slap to the face. And a few months later, Isaiah would learn to regret that decision. In the summer of 1991, the members of the USA Basketball Committee took note and remembered the unsportsmanlike move Isaiah did and decided to leave him off of the 1992 Olympic team, now known.
I did not know Isaiah Thomas was left off the Dream Team. And it was because of that. Yeah, that's probably the greatest revenge ever, bro. He didn't get to play on one of the best team ever. That's tough. Jordan different. He blackballed, bro. Hey, everything comes full circle, bro. That's what they say.
As the Dream Team. At first, many were confused about that decision, but then it all started to make sense. Because it was rumored that Michael orchestrated the whole thing by saying that he would only play on the team if Isaiah was not on the team, getting some sweet revenge with his own little freeze-out. Alright guys, I know there are several more Michael Jordan revenge stories out there.
I ain't gonna lie, that block was crazy.
Alright guys, I know there are
Like,
several more
crazy.
Michael Jordan revenge stories out there, but this is where I'm gonna end the video. So make sure to comment down below what your favorite one was, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Hey, that's in that video, man. Hey, if like he said, comment down what story was y'all best revenge story. To me, it was probably, I think it was the Isaiah Thomas one, the last one, cause like, bro, you tried to freeze him out of the All-Star game. About 6 years later, he come out and do it to you with the Dream Team. And that's what, bro. You gotta be humble, bro. Why you hating on little bro? And you was gonna, and come to find out in the next couple years, you was gonna beat him every year. So like, it was no point in doing that, bro. I mean, y'all enjoy the video like me. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Let me know what y'all want to react to next. I got y'all, and I'm out.